Back in Wildwood for the completionist run, and because I advanced in reputation with League of the Axe, I got a new quest come up. I will be making sure I've gone to maximum reputation with both of the two factions in this zone, but now I'm supposed to go inside this cave that I found earlier. Although this appears to be an instance, it actually respawns. Everything in here respawns, as you see. I have to keep taking out the same ones again, but I got to the chest, which was the main point. And now I decided to go back in and take them out some more for the sake of the quest that I have that says defeat many brigands in the Wildwood. 240 in fact, and I'm up to 233, so I need to do a few more. And since they respawn very fast in here, I decided just hang around a while. And there you saw the achievement of the deed pop up. So I'm heading to Evendim, Tinadir to be exact, so that I can get the boat to Trader's Wharf and hand in what I just did. And I've got those items that give you extra reputation. Now I've got two things left to do. Both of them involve a lot of searching. I did look at the wiki to get an idea of how to find all these things, because there are no quest pointers for them. You have to stumble upon them just by sheer luck, or look up the wiki. And I've got at the moment on my phone pictures, maps of the region with the blue dots showing me where these things are. So I've got about 10 boss creatures to find and 5 more flowers. But I just need to get near the zone, and then I can track down these boss creatures. Well, they're not all beasts. Some of them are goblins and orcs. But of course, I have, by sheer chance, found some of them already. And that makes this a bit awkward, because I can't remember which ones I already found, so I may go to one of the locations on the map and there's nothing there, or nothing that I can interact with. But there's some near both of the entrances to the mine here. I've been around these mine entrances a couple of times already. And there's another boss, Drew Hook, so that's reduced that list. So that's now 1, 2, 3, 7, I think. Yes, every time I stop and look at the map there, what I was doing when I recorded this was checking the maps on my phone. And there we are. I've hunted this guy, Lord of the Stone Den. So that's cut that down to 6 creatures to find. I think I'd now just about done all the ones in the south. Now I'm heading northeast. Because there was something right over to the east. And you've got to know where the passes through these rocky ridges are. There was definitely something, perhaps a couple of things near this lake. So I was searching around a bit. I have, the wiki has the exact locations of these things, but I'm just going by a rough blue map. But there's a flower. Just got to clear the way to it. Eyebright knocks that down to 4 flowers. If there's any that I find particular difficulty in finding, I'll look up the exact coordinates. But these things are a strange kind of hybrid of quests and deeds. Because they're deeds in one sense, you get no quest pointers for them. But when you find each one, so that one's gone. Right, back down to the wharf. Yeah, just looking up the maps again. I don't need to take out every bandit I see. Not anymore. The wasps are just a nuisance. But, so you see that? That was a flower that was not active, so it must have been one of the ones that I'd already done. But there was a blue dot there on the map, so I checked it out. I'm looking up the next one. And decided to go to Trestle Bridge. Always the quickest way to do that is here. I was just checking what that guy had to say, making sure it was something I'd already done. Now I'm doing the blue dots in the northern half of the map. Got to get rid of these annoying vines all the time, but once again I found a flower, but it's not active, so I've already got it. So the rest are in the northwest, in the biggest forest area on the map. I'm just checking the details there. The flowers I have to find fairly precisely, but for the boss creatures, they'll show up on my hunter tracking. But there's a flower. Just going to take out a warg rider first. Okay, 2 flowers left. 2 flower. Character from Terry Pratchett's first Discworld book. Yeah, I'm heading back into this northern forest area and hunting. And there we go. It's easy to find those signature bosses on the list, as long as I pick the right tracking function, because humanoid creatures are a separate one. And if you pick the wrong one, you've got to wait for the cooldown. This and all the teleports show how the hunter is the most convenient class to play, and in some ways the fastest. In another way, the champion is the fastest because you can run around collecting up many enemies and take them all out at once. A couple of wolves followed me. But hunting again, and there we go, the red dot. And it's Dolglock. Right, 2 and 4 left on the lists. And there's another plant. Up very far in the north of the zone. But I had to find my way back over the ridge to look for things in the far north. And there we go on the humanoid hunting. There is Thrormak. Looks to be an orc. I think of the 3 that I've got left, one is a beast. And there is the last flower. That's that one done. And I liked the Smeller of Flowers title, so I kept it. Did I? Smeller of Flowers. Master of the Wildwood. And now that moose is down, there's just 2 humanoid of orc kind bosses to find. But I think they're both still up in this forest. Hull and Lagshall the Bone Breaker, Bone Cracker. So I'm going to roughly to the place and doing the hunting. But it was further north than I thought. There it is. There's Hull. 1 left. There he is, Lagshall Bone Cracker. There we go. And my list is now empty. So I had a look at the list of deeds and to check out anything I've still got to do. So defeat more big game animals. I didn't know there was another level to that. 400 of them, which I certainly won't be doing on the video. Oh, I'll let him respawn. Didn't move far enough away. But I do still need to complete Kindred to the Woodcutter's Brotherhood. I achieved the other faction, maximised that. I've got to do a few more quests for over this side, and I've done every unique quest, so I'm going to have to do a couple of repeatables for a second time. So there are 3 that just involve running around Trestle Bridge. So I thought to myself, let's see how fast I can collect all these things up. And I ran into lag. Always the way. Blood child. Giving them scraps of meat. Yep, I knew there was a child there somewhere. Yeah. Done the crafting area. Go around all this open square. That's all the wood scraps. So they've all got to be taken to different places. Lumber pile. Now I hand them in. Now that didn't put me over, but as soon as I used the items there, the reputation items, it did it. I needed a bit more, yeah. I inspect the market stalls. Now that popped up again as a new quest that I hadn't done before, and just it was waiting for me to get to that rank of reputation. Empty crates. Yeah. Yes, I remember now. I had to come back and do those repeatables a bit more still because I just went up a rank in reputation, but it's not the top rank. You follow these footprints. They come down towards the Breelands. Those level 18 orc camps were just ahead then. But then up this side road, taking you back into the Wildwood. It's a long trail, which was hard to find at some points. Just trying to find where it goes from here. And it won't tell you. I'd do a lot of searching around. See, that's back the way I came. But I think that was new. Yep. I'm going to search in every direction. And taking what things attack me along the way. I got 3 at once then. Right. That, I think, is a new footprint. I can get rid of elite orcs in the way. And we're heading to a camp full of enemies. But that was the main guy that I was actually looking for. So I mithrilled back to Trestle Bridge. And I carry on with the empty crates because I was only part way through that when I went out the gate following the footprints. It's a couple of days since I did this because of the fact of needing daily quests. See, one of those was to find all those trees with tap roots in them, and yeah, as you saw, I'm halfway to the final reputation stage. But that taproot quest is much too time consuming. Better to just do this stuff again and see where I stand. Now, there is a deed that says to take out, again, hundreds of creatures in missions. Now, I've done all the missions once, and in terms of completeness, I only need to do repeatable things once. So I'll be leaving that out the same as I leave out fellowship quests. or deeds that take you into strictly fellowship areas like Valley of the Giants. And here we are, wood scraps again. Oh, that was where I hit lag. That took ages to pick up that bit of wood. The guy in the stocks now, of course, is not the same guy as when you first arrive here. It was a new guy that I put in there as part of the quests. I report that to the lumber pile. Again, the reputation items, and now you see that's gone from my list of deeds to be done. It's only the 400 left, and like I said, I'll do it, but between videos sometime. Okay, and I'm now going back to Forochel. My milestone was still set to Pinty Peldo, and I left this place, as you see, with half blue, half white quests. So they are starting to go up a bit, and I will soon be turning off my Stone of the Tortoise and starting to gain experience again. I've been on level 47 for a long time, just so that things didn't turn grey. Especially quests, because if quests become unobtainable, well, I can't do the completionist. I need to take out a couple of the Gorodan here. There are some long-term quests involving Gorodan in Forochel. The drop rate is so low that it can take you all the time that you spend doing every other quest before you get it. Now, here's another player. Now, it didn't matter about him killing Gorodan, because that's not what this quest is about. It's just taking out the fetishes, and luckily they respawn in just a few seconds when you pick them up. Now, principally what I'm doing is looking for these Capacauta. No, that's the name of the town. Calpaquita. Because if I take them out, it furthers two quests, one for their tusks and one for white furs of any kind. White furs can be taken from moose, but moose won't fulfill the other quests. I'm ignoring them until I get a specific quest from moose. Now, here's a boss I was specifically told to go and fight. And I used my AoE to take out him and his wolf. And I carry on the search for saber-toothed tigers while travelling west to do another specific quest. I'm supposed to pick up rope from someone further along the road. But I also want to go there because there's a campfire there, so the hunter can set a teleport point. We'll be going to that little hut later. Hello, tigers. Where are you? There's one. I could see how slow I was accumulating them, so I knew I was going to have to go to the valley that has a lot of them. And I picked up more quests here, and one of them's actually turquoise, the one about the Gorodan traps. So we'll do that now. Looking for tigers on the way. That one. Right, there's a couple of these Gorodan traps over this side, down south, but most of them are in the north. I mean, north of the campsite. Got to avoid aggroing a bull or anything else hanging around. And you're not allowed to kill any cows. Don't know why you would. Now I'm heading towards a valley further on that has lots of saber-toothed tigers in them. Although I know there's another quest that will bring me back here later, it's not possible to have them at the same time. Or at least it would be very inconvenient, inefficient to do it that way. So I will have to come here twice. 17, 18, and that was a hidden one. Right, now I've got 20. Yeah, so I teleport back to the campsite fire, but none of the quests that I've achieved so far were to be handed in here. So I went off north to get the rest of the traps. Not looking for tigers anymore, so I can ride at last. Just destroy it and move on before anything aggroes. Yeah, all the rest of them are up here. One more. There we are. Very strange traps. So back to the campfire, and that I can hand in. And the rest is back at Pintipeldo. But now I've got a quest for moose. So I'm going back to where I just was, where the traps, the southern traps were, because I saw so many moose along the way. Moose meat and antlers. It's not 100% drop rate, but it's pretty high. Don't think that last one yielded either of them. 9 and 7. 8. 2 and 1 to get. Well, and that did both, so now I just need one more set of antlers. And there we go. That's all done. Handed in the moose quest, and now I've just got to wait for my milestone to cool off.